FlyCo is a shortened version of flying control, and I think that almost explains exactly what it is. It more concerns the local circuit, that's aircraft flying in the vicinity of the close to the carrier, and also the control of the aircraft on the deck. As you can imagine, Ark Royal is a fairly small deck, fairly small ship in carrier terms, and we try to get as many aircraft on it as we can to make it more efficient. Therefore, you can see that it needs to be very carefully controlled which aircraft's on deck, which aircraft's on which spot, who's flying in the local circuit. And this is exactly what this place does. All the information, the communications you'll see here, all focused through flying control. The whole operation as a whole is conducted from the lower air operations room, but exercising that plan and the control of the aircraft is through here. So you can find yourself in a situation of having pilots on deck, and for example we use Harriers, as we are at the moment just about to start a launch sequence. The Harriers will be on deck and they'll be talking to flight control here, FlyCo, through the telecommunications, telebrief we call it. So that's by landline to all intents and purposes, telephone. And all the other helicopters that would be on the spots at the same time will all be talking. You can use that same system to talk to the operations room to get navigation updates, and similarly with tactical information. We man the radios here, and the radios for controlling the local circuit. That's the aircraft coming to and from the carrier. And we can also listen out to what's going on every other frequency we're using. That's going to be important as far as the air world is concerned. So the idea here is to keep a picture. We have two people working watch and watch about, both lieutenant commanders. Lieutenant Commander flying, who's my deputy, and his deputy, if you like, Deputy Lieutenant Commander flying. They run the day-to-day business of control flying operations on the deck, working in conjunction with the aircraft control room officer who works down on the deck and the flight deck officer who's on the deck. And they actually physically move the aircraft around on the deck. All those moves have to be controlled from here. The worst situation you could find yourself in is with 3 of the helicopters all on the spots and the Harriers at the back of the flight deck ready to do a launch, and your timing is such that you've got to get the helicopters off before the Harriers can take a run at it, and one of them goes unserviceable. Then a few decisions have to be made, and this is where Lieutenant Commander flying will decide what he's going to do with it. Is it so unserviceable that it can't fly at all? Can you get it folded and pushed away with tractors into one of the other areas of the deck to allow us to launch the jets on time? Or even if one of the jets goes unserviceable, can we get that out of the way so we can get the one behind it there? And of course, we always fly these aircraft to their maximum efficiency. Therefore they can come back, the carrier, having gone off to do whatever they want to do, with very limited fuel. If you've got a foul up on the deck and you're trying to get an aircraft back, then you've got some pretty harsh decisions to make.